Welcome to my classroom. In this module 4 of Master Answer 1 course, in the previous lecture number 39, we started the derivation of cooling tower for cooling height of the packed bed for cooling tower. For that, we first started with what are the two important parameters for design of cooling tower. One is cross section area and another is height of packed tower. And we have seen that it is similar to the derivation done for absorption. So first we stated what is the principle of operation and the assumptions made. Then we clearly wrote the nomenclatures used for the derivation. So in this we have considered a small thickness of dz, right? So all the nomenclatures were written in detail. So we consider a small thickness of dz, and the gas leaving that strip small thickness dz have the properties, and the liquid that is leaving have certain whatever the properties are written, and the change in properties are also written. And then we have written the equation enthalpy balance across the thickness dz, and we have written the expression for saturation enthalpy versus liquid temperature. If you make a slope, if you make a plot of h2 dash minus h1 dash by tl2 minus tl1, we will get a line with a slope of L dash Cl by Gs dash. Here Cl is the Cp of water. Okay. So then we consider the cross section area of 1 meter square and thickness. What is the differential volume, which is dz meter cube. Then we wrote the total interfacial area was written. Okay. So then the rate of transfer of water vapor to air across the thickness was considered, and we consider the Lewis means Chilton-Coolban analogy is applicable, so that was considered for air water system. And we wrote the final, we stopped here after considering the Chilton-Coolban analogy. We substituted that equation number 8 in 7 to get Gs dash Cs dTg equal to Cs Ky Mb A dz into Ti minus Tg. So this is where we stopped due to shortage of time. So in this lecture, we will continue to derive the expression. Okay. How we got 9? Substituting 8 in 7, we get equation number 9. Gs dash Cs dTg is equal to, instead of Hg we can write full terms, right? So what is that? Instead of Hg we can write Cs Ky Mb into A dz into Ti minus Tg. Let it be equation number 9. So now considering the mass transfer from the, what is the mass transfer taking place here between gas and the liquid, that is between air and the water. Mass transfer is taking place from liquid, that is from the interface to bulk of the air. Mass transfer is taking place. Understood? There is mass transfer taking place from the interface to the bulk of the air. So we have mass transfer. And what about the interface? The interface is saturated, because whatever air is in contact with the liquid, it is saturated air. That means at the interface we are having the saturated water here. Okay. So that means humidity at the interface is saturated humidity. We can say at the interface, whatever air is there, at the interface air is saturated with water. Air is saturated with water means whatever is the humidity present there, so that is saturated humidity. That means whatever is your Y value, so that is your saturation humidity only. Okay. So always this humidity at the interface is going to be greater than the humidity in the bulk air, right? Humidity of air at the interface will be greater than, we can say yi dash is greater than y dash, that is in the bulk air. Okay, so that is interface. So if we are clear about this thing, we can proceed to write the expression in terms of mass transfer also. So we should know that whatever is the amount of water vaporized and whatever is the mass transfer that is taking place, mass transfer from the interface to bulk air. Okay, so this is amount of water getting evaporated, rate of vaporization of water, and mass transfer from interface to bulk air will be equal at steady state, right? So that can be equated. So that rate of vaporization of water and mass transfer from the interface to the bulk air can be related as, what is the rate of vaporization of water? We have written it in the equation number 1 itself. What is that? Gs dash into change in humidity, that is dy dash. Gs dash into dy dash is the rate of vaporization of water across thickness dz. So across the thickness dz, the amount of water vaporized is Gs dash into dy dash, and this will be equal to mass transfer that is taking place from the interface to the bulk air, which can be written as, if we consider the equation 9, we can compare it now, right? So Gs dash dy dash is equal to ky into ma into a into dz into yi minus y. So that will be the mass transfer from the interface to the bulk air. Okay, remember this ky into ma. Why it is coming into picture? Because when you want to say simply ky into a into dz, this into yi minus ya, it is Na. But Na is kg moles per meter square hour. But if you want to get it in terms of kg per meter square hour, we have to multiply this Na by, so Na into Ma, molecular weight, we get kg per meter square hour. So for that only we are writing it like ky Ma into a into dz, that is the interfacial area, into yi minus y. That is the change. This is mole fraction. It is, this small y is mole fraction. Now this is mole fraction, but we want to express it in terms of mole ratio and then in mole mass ratios. Okay, so how to express this in terms of mass ratios? Let us get back to the basic definition. Small y, that is mole fraction, is equal to mole ratio. Capital Y is mole ratio, y is mole fraction, capital Y is mole ratio. Okay, so that is the reason why we have been using y dash for all the humidity. Okay, because small y and capital Y refers to mole fraction and mole ratio. So y, small y is equal to capital Y by 1 plus y. Okay, so we can approximate, and for small values, you will always say that y is approximately equal to capital Y, right? And what is this actually? If it is mole ratio, what is that? It is kg moles of water vapor per kg moles of air. Okay, we can say dry air. Now, how to make this y into y dash? How to express this mole ratio into y dash, that is mass ratio. So if I say y dash is mass ratio, that is kg of water per kg of dry air, how it can be related to this y? This y, because it is kg moles of water vapor, multiply by the molecular weight, right? So water vapor, so you have to we want this y dash is equal to y into molecular weight of water. Kg mole will get converted if I multiply by its molecular weight, right? So we can say y dash is equal to y into ma by mb. because here also we have to multiply by molecular weight, because kg per kg mole, then only kg mole will get cancelled. Here also we have to do kg per kg mole, so that this kg mole will get cancelled, right? So that we get kg of water vapor per kg of dry air. So or you can say, if we rearrange this, we have y equal to y dash into molecular weight of B by molecular weight of A. Okay, so this is y equal to y dash into this one. I will just rearrange for simplicity. MB by MA into y dash. So y equal to MB by MA into y dash. So what will be the interface interface yi? Yi will be MB by MA into yi dash, right? So then what is we can write the difference. What is this? Yi minus y. Yi minus y equal to, so this MB by MA is common outside, so you can say yi dash minus y dash, and we have seen that small y is approximately equal to capital Y, so we can say yi minus y is equal to capital yi minus capital Y, which is equal to MB by MA into yi dash minus y dash, where y dash has the unit of mass ratio. Okay, y has the unit of mole ratio, that is kg mole per water per kg mole of dry air. So be clear about this thing. So this, let it be a number, give a number. We have a number 9. 10 we have written. Yeah. So we have written 10. Okay. So let it be 10A. Please correct this number as equation number 11. Equation number 11. We can substitute this equation, and this we have already written. Okay. So this can be substituted in this equation to rewrite GS into dy dash, that is equation 10. 10A in 10, what we get is GS dash dy dash is equal to right hand side term ky MA A into dz into that, what we had is small y yi minus y, for which we can substitute this term here, right? So what we can write is MB by MA into capital yi dash minus y dash. Now this MA will get cancelled, so what we have is KYMB into A into dz into yi dash minus y dash. GS dy dash is equal to, let it be a number, let it be 11, or if you name it as 11, so this will become 12. Okay, so this is equation number 12 we have. Now if you look at the latent heat of vaporization, because if we consider okay, so let it be equation number 12. Now let we have a reference temperature T0 and latent heat of vaporization is lambda naught. So we have T naught lambda naught. Okay, so let the reference temperature is T naught and latent heat of vaporization is lambda naught. If we multiply lambda naught on both sides of equation number 12, multiply lambda naught multiply by lambda naught on both sides of equation 12. So what we get is gs dash dy dash is equal to into lambda naught is equal to kymb lambda naught a into dz into capital yi dash minus y dash. Okay, let it be equation number 13. Now we already have equation number 9. If we add equation number 9, add equation number 9 and 13, see what we get. What is equation number 9? So gs dash cs dtg equal to cs kymb a dz into ti minus tg. So this expression we have equation number 9. Okay. What is that? Rewrite that equation number 9. gs dash cs dtg is equal to kya mb cs a into dz is there actually. Okay, into ti minus tg into dz. So if we are adding these two equations, if we add equation 9 and 13, so what we get is here gs dash is common. So gs dash is common. Please write what is the term in the left hand side. Similarly here also ky is common, a into dz is common, and mb is common. So you can write kymb a into dz. Okay, remaining terms please write it in brackets. Please write that. So what do we get? cs dtg, we are writing first term is this, so let me write that. cs dtg plus lambda naught dy dash is equal to, right hand side we have taken ky mb a into dz common, so we have here this term will be there, cs into interface temperature minus bulk tg, bulk temperature, and this is addition, right? We are addition, so plus lambda naught into yi dash minus yi dash minus y dash. Okay, so this is the equation we have in left hand side and right hand side. And if you recall, what is the definition of enthalpy? If we, by definition, of enthalpy, we have enthalpy h dash is equal to cs into tg minus t naught plus y dash into lambda naught. Okay, let it be equation number 14, let it be 15. At the interface, what will be the thing? At interface we can write hi dash is equal to cs into ti minus t naught plus yi dash into lambda naught, right? Then what will be the value for hi dash minus h dash? Then hi dash minus h dash is equal to this minus this, right? So we can write cs as common outside. So ti minus t naught minus t naught plus t naught. So the t naught will get cancelled. So we have ti minus tg plus lambda naught into, we are doing subtraction of this by that, right? So the 15a minus 15 gives hi dash minus h dash is equal to cs into ti minus tg plus yi dash, sorry, lambda naught into yi dash minus y dash. Okay, so let it be equation number 16. Okay, so if we substitute this 15, 16 in 14, okay, So what we get is gs dash dh dash is equal to kya mb dz into hi dash minus h dash. So remember, this kymb a into dz is there, and this cs dtg plus lambda naught dy dash is nothing but in general dh. Okay, because if I take dh dash, what I get is cs into dtg, because t naught is constant, plus lambda naught into dy dash. Okay, so that way, so in this term totally can be written as dh dash. Say from 15b I am writing this gs dash into dh dash. Okay, similarly kymb a dash is equal to this total term is coming out from this. Okay, so that is hi dash minus h. Okay, from 15b, and this is from 16. Okay, so this we have gs dash dh dash gs dash dh dash is equal to kya mb dz in this one. So what I can say is kya, what is this? It is mass transfer coefficient. Sorry, ky mb, ky into mb is mass transfer coefficient. What is a into dz? What is a into dz? It is the volume. You can say interfacial area, total interfacial area. Okay, and what is this hi dash minus h dash? It is the enthalpy driving force. Enthalpy driving force. What is that? Interface and the bulk. Interface and the bulk of the air. So we can say that this gs dash into gh dash. Okay, this gs dash into gh dash is a product of kymb. What is kymb? It is mass transfer coefficient into a into dz, total interfacial area for mass transfer. This may be same for heat transfer also. As I said, we for derivation purpose we are not equating that. So a into dz is the total interfacial area for mass transfer, and this is the enthalpy driving force. Okay, so what is that? We can say the rate of change of gas enthalpy. Yes, what is this? This is kilojoule per kg of dry air multiplied by kg of dry air. What you can see the unit, kg of dry air multiplied by meter square hour into kilojoules per kg. So this kg gets cancelled. It is kilojoule per meter square hour. Okay, so that's a rate of change of gas enthalpy at a given point, at any given temperature or point in the column, is the product of mass transfer coefficient, is the product of mass transfer coefficient, product of mass transfer coefficient into total interfacial area for mass transfer into enthalpy driving force between the interface and the bulk of the air. Okay, now we can take this equation. Have you given a number? No. Okay, let us give a number to this equation. The rate of change of enthalpy gs dash dh dash is equal to kymb into a into dz into hi dash minus h dash equation number 19, and this equation forms the basis for the height, determining the height of the packed tower. To determine the height of the packed tower, this equation forms the basis. Let us see how, because we have an equation in terms of dz, right? So we can rewrite to this equation as dz equal to this equation. So remaining terms, gs dash gh dash dh dash by kymb, and again this a will go into the denominator, right? So into a, and this will also go into denominator. So hi dash minus h dash. So that means we can group them into two terms. gs dash kymb is one term into dh dash by hi dash minus h dash. Okay, so if you want to integrate this equation across the tower, this is the thing for the small thickness. So this is the height of the small thickness, but if you want to integrate it between the limits of z1 to z2, and gas enthalpy will be h1 dash, here it will be h2 dash. So between bottom and top of the packed bed, between the bottom of the packed bed and top of the packed bed, if you want to integrate between the limits z1 to z2 and h1 dash to h2 dash, so we can say this equation as, we can rewrite this equation, let it be 18, sorry, already we have 19. No, after 17, 16 it is 17. So you can give your own numbering, just following mine. So this equation number 17. So these equations, this if you integrate, if you are integrating, so this equation will become z1 to z2 dz equal to gs dash by kya mb into integral dh dash by hi dash minus h dash h1 dash to h2 dash. Okay, now what is this one? Z1 to z2 is your z, is the height of the packed bed. So height of the packed bed is given by z meters. Right hand side is what we have is gs dash by kya mb into integral h1 dash to h2 dash dh dash by hi dash minus h dash. Okay, so let it be equation number 18, and we can write this equation as z equal to h t g into n t g, where h t g is height of transfer units, which is equal to gs dash by kya mb. Okay, and ntg is number of enthalpy transfer units, which is given by integral h1 dash to h2 dash dh dash by hi dash minus h dash. Let it be equation number 19. Okay, so we can write z equal to height, product of height of transfer units. Usually we write htu into ntu, right? Okay, z equal to height of transfer units into number of transfer units, but for cooling tower it is number of enthalpy transfer units. Okay, So using this equation 19, just get back to what is taking place across this thickness dz. So across this dz, okay, so we have HL is the liquid film heat transfer coefficient. Then consider the rate of heat transfer from the bulk liquid to the interface. Okay, at the interface, from the bulk of the liquid to the between gas and liquid interface, from the bulk of the liquid to the interface, there is some heat transfer. So there is heat transfer from the bulk of the liquid to the interface. So we can write what is that, right? So that can be given as, if HL is the liquid film heat transfer coefficient, if HL is liquid film heat transfer coefficient, then rate of heat transfer from the bulk liquid to the interface is given by L dash CL into DTL. A change in temperature, bulk liquid temperature, whatever it is equal to, that is heat transfer coefficient, into A into dz into temperature of the liquid minus temperature at the interface. So this is what happens in the liquid film side. Whatever we have done so far are in gas film side. So now if you look at the liquid film side, so heat lost by the water from the bulk to the interface. Heat lost by the water from the bulk to the interface is this one. Okay, and we know that gs dash dh dash is equal to L dash into CL into DTL. So this is our equation number 1. Let it be equation number 20. Refer to our equation number 1. What is our equation number 1? When we started our derivation, we have written one equation, right? So just recall that one. L dash CL DTL is equal to GS dash into DH dash. So that is our equation number 1. Okay. That's what I have written here again. So if we comparing these two equations, if we compare these equations 17 and 21, what is 21? So we can equate this from 1 and 20. We can write GS dash DH dash is equal to HL into A into DZ TL minus TI. Okay. Now compare that equation 17 and 21. What is our equation 17? GS dash DH dash equal to KY MBA DZ into HI dash minus H. Okay. So just write that equation 17 again here. So from 17, what we have is GS dash DH dash is equal to KYA DZ MB into HI dash minus H dash. Okay. So if you are comparing this equation now, 17 and 21, left hand side is equal, so right hand side can be equated. So what I can write is, you write let it be in the left hand side. So I can write HI dash minus H dash is equal to this equation. This is equal to this, means this is there in the left hand side, means so that opposite side is HL A into DZ, denominator is KY MB A into DZ. Okay, and then this TL minus TI will go to the left hand side. TL minus TI will go to the left hand side. So what we have is HL, this DZ is same, will get cancelled. So we can write HL into A, KY into A, MB. So we have seen that interfacial area for heat transfer, and we have a same A for A interfacial area for mass transfer. So this may be same. In that case, this A will get cancelled. Okay. So, but we don't do that here. For derivation purpose, we keep this one. HLA by KYA MB is kept as it is, and we have HI dash minus H dash by TL minus TI. So if I write if I reverse this, what will happen? So HI dash minus H dash by Ti minus TL is equal to minus sign will come. If you are reversing it, minus will there, take it to the right hand side. So we have HL into A divided by KY into A MB. Okay, that means that if you draw a line, that means if you draw a line of C and E, where C refers to TL comma H dash and E refers to TI. So the point E is TI comma HI dash. Remember, this C is your TL comma H dash. So this will fall on your operating line. This point C will lie on the operating line, and this point will lie on the, this is the interface, no? The interface is saturated with water. That means this will lie on the saturated enthalpy curve. That is the equilibrium curve. Remember, equilibrium curve is saturated enthalpy curve. Versus temperature, liquid temperature. So we know clearly, so this line will lie between operating line and the equilibrium line for film mass transfer coefficient. We have considered the film mass transfer coefficient, that is small k. If we are considering overall mass transfer coefficient, this curve, this CE will be lying vertical. Okay, so this point will be lying on the enthalpy curve. Okay, therefore, to find the temperature and enthalpy of the interface, to find the enthalpy and temperature of the interface, so how we will know the interface temperature and enthalpy? If we are plotting a curve such that we have a slope of minus HLA by KYA into MB, so that line will give us the interface value. Okay, I repeat, to find the temperature and enthalpy of the interface corresponding to the bulk liquid temperature, that is TL, and its absolute humidity, and humidity, bulk liquid temperature TL, and enthalpy H dash, that is your point C, right? That is point C. I told you that it is TL comma H dash. It is the enthalpy at any point, enthalpy of the air at any point in the cross section. At any point, what is the liquid temperature and what is the H dash value, right? Enthalpy of the air. Okay, well, how to do that? We have to draw a, so if we are having a plot, I have showed you the plot already. So if this is our H dash versus temperature of the liquid line, and this is our operating line equation. We have already seen what is the operating line equation. So we have considered this point, any point C, because you have TL1, TL2, okay, and we have point, any point C with values of TL comma H dash. So if you want to know the slope of these two lines, so this, if you draw a driving force line with a slope minus HLA by K, if you draw a line of slope minus HLA by KYA into MB, so this line will, if you are drawing a line with a slope equal to minus HLA by KYA into MB, so that line will lie on the equilibrium curve. This is equilibrium curve, this is your operating line for cooling tower packed bed. So this point will give us your, whatever point I told you, what name it mentioned, E. So this is the point E, which gives us the value of interface temperature comma interface HI dash value. Okay, so this line with a slope of minus HLA by KYA, that is line CE. Line CE with the slope will give us the value of TI and HI dash. Okay, so that is one thing. And to find the number of transfer units, to find the number of transfer units, enthalpy transfer units, that is NTG. What is the value? It is integral of H1 dash to H2 dash dH by 1 by HI star minus H star. So how to find the number of transfer units? Because we have the formula like this to find the number of transfer units. So what to do? So graphic using graph, how to determine the values. So first, that to find this NTOG, that is number of transfer units, for different values of enthalpy H dash on the operating line, so that should range from our extreme values, that is H2 dash and H1 dash, that is the enthalpy of the outlet gas out, this is gas in, right? One refers to bottom, two refers to top, one is entry of gas, two is exit of gas. That's why I am writing that H2 dash and H1 dash. Between these we have to choose several values. So how will you do that? We have an operating line and we have equilibrium line, right? This is your H dash and this is your temperature of the liquid. So this is your operating line. So already we have marked as a line C, right? So whatever is any point C, whatever is your value, so we are getting the corresponding TI value and HI dash value, right? Same way, between these, move the scale. For example, I change the color here. Any points between this point and between this point and this point, we have to choose several lines. Okay, so for that, but the slope should be same like this. So move the scale take a point here, parallel lines. Draw some parallel lines up to this extreme points, both points. Okay. So now we have so many values of h. So we have different values of t. That's not a case here. So what we want is the corresponding value here is the value corresponding to operating line. This is our operating line. This is our equilibrium line. Value corresponding to operating line is h dash value, and values corresponding to equilibrium lines is your hi dash values. Okay. Now if you have values like this, what we can do, we can plot. We can first mark them. Let me say h dash value I have, hi dash value I have, right? And how, between which values I am doing that, I am writing between the values of h1 dash and h2 dash. So in between we can randomly choose some 5 to 6 values. Okay, depending upon time available, we can take even more. Okay, so we will take a value with this by moving the scale parallel to this. We are doing that. Okay, so we get so many values of h, and the corresponding equilibrium line y, we get hi dash values. So we are generating the data. We are generating the data here as h dash versus hi dash. Okay, now what we can do is, what we want is hi dash minus h dash and 1 by hi dash minus h dash. Please evaluate. We are generating data for this to plot a graph between h dash versus 1 by hi dash minus. We plot a graph between 1 by hi dash minus h dash. Okay, and the area under the curve between h1 dash and h2 dash will give us what I am repeating, plot of 1 by hi dash minus h dash versus h dash. So that this is in y axis and h dash is in x axis. If we plot this, we will get a graph like this. Okay, so whatever is the area under this curve is equal to NTOG. So how to get this one, area under the curve? Area under the curve between h1 dash and h2 dash. One is bottom, h1 dash, top is h2 dash. Which one will be higher? This will be higher. So obviously h1 dash will be small value, h2 dash is greater value. So between this value of h1 dash and h2 dash, in the plot of 1 by hi dash minus h dash versus h dash, so the area under the curve is equal to the number of transfer units. How to quantify it? So we will count the number of squares here. Okay, and there will be scale. So this is your x-axis and this will be your y-axis, right? So we will have a value scale in x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to some units, right? So whatever it is, say for example 0.001 or 0.1 units. So whatever is your value actually we get. In y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to, say let me say 0.02 units. So whatever is the value, so let me put it like small x and the small y value. Okay, so then what is number of transfer units? That is NTG is equal to area, number of squares multiplied by 1 centimeter in x-axis is equal to x units into 1 centimeter in y axis equal to whatever is the unit, whatever is the value. Say for example, in x axis you may be plotting 0, 0.01, 0.02 like that. So that way this is the difference in one scale value, that is 0.01 is the conversion factor here, the scale factor x here. Okay, similarly in y axis if you plot 0.02 as your one unit, 0.04 like that, so your y value is 0.02. so that value we will substitute whatever is the scale we are taking. It is by individual person who is plotting the graph may take any scale, right? So according to your scale you are taking while plotting the graph, we will get the number of transfer units is equal to this much. So whatever is, say for example, if I have 25 squares multiplied by this value of 0.01 into 0.02, we will get the number of transfer units. So this will have a slope of minus HLA by KYA MB, right? Now, what will happen if the express the same in terms of overall mass transfer coefficient? So if the same derivation can be done, the height of the packed tower can be derived in terms of overall mass transfer coefficients. So in those cases, the slope what we will get will be vertical, right? Overall mass transfer coefficient, that is instead of small ky, if you are writing in terms of capital Ky, okay, this is individual mass transfer coefficient. If you write in terms of overall mass transfer coefficient, so the slope will be vertical. What does it mean? The slope will be vertical means, so in the same plot of 1 by, instead of Hi interface, what we will write the driving force? It will be in terms of H dash star. Okay, so H dash star will be the driving force term. So obviously we will be plotting H dash star minus H dash versus H dash plot. So the graph is going to be the same. So how to get the values for H star is in the plot of, actually this is the equilibrium value, no? H star value is equilibrium value. So that equilibrium value can be obtained from the psychrometric chart, because for any temperature, for you can say that enthalpy value, no, whatever is the enthalpy value, so you can consider between your two temperatures within the temperature range. So this is your 100% relative humidity line, right? So whatever, and we have enthalpy values here. So you can simply get enthalpy values by drawing the lines parallel to that. Already the lines, enthalpy lines will be there. You can note down your enthalpy values, equilibrium enthalpy values corresponding to your temperatures. So that I will explain detail in the next lecture. Well, in this lecture we have derived an expression for height of a packed bed for cooling tower operations. So in this, what we have done, we have considered a small thickness of dz, and we consider the cross section area to be 1 meter square. Then we have done the material and energy balance, enthalpy balance across the small strip and integrated across the total height of the packed bed to obtain an expression for height of the packed bed as a function of number of transfer units and height of transfer units. So in this derivation, actually we have considered the individual mass transfer coefficient, you can say gas film mass transfer coefficient, and we attained the final expression. So the same can be done with respect to overall mass transfer coefficient, so that you can practice for examination. In the next lecture, we will solve some numericals for determining the height of the packed bed for cooling tower operations. Thank you so much for joining my classroom. Meet you in the next lecture. Bye bye.